Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD6. Let's continue with the tower guide and tutorial. So let's start the last three towers, the supporting towers. I'm gonna start with the banana farms. Now to be able to really show you the banana farms, how they work, I have to go to the challenge editor because I need to go through the rounds so that you can see how it works. I have deactivated monkey knowledge to show you the tower as it is by itself without any extra thing. And yeah, let's jump. So the journal description here of the farm is gonna say that it's gonna generate banana farms, bananas each round that convert into game money. So this is the very first tower that we find in the game that will not attack the balloons. So it's not an offensive tower. It's gonna just its main utility is generating these bananas that are worth cash, that they're gonna be added to your total cash amount, and that's it. So that's the use of the banana farms. And now to be able to show you how they work, I have to get on to the rounds. So a 000 banana farm is gonna generate 4 bunches of bananas. Each one of them is gonna be worth 20 cash. And so that's a total of 80 cash in a round. So in this case, I didn't say the base cost of the farm is going to be 1250, but of course, depending on the difficulty, it may increase. For example, hard and impossible is going to be more expensive. Instead, easy is going to be less expensive. This is just medium. All right. So those are the basic bananas that you get. So 4 bunches of them, each one worth 20 cash. So that's 80 cash in a round. Now here, of course, I will not talk about any statistics because this tower is not going to attack anything. And so in this case, the 3 path upgrades are gonna, depending on what you're upgrading, they're gonna add something more to the farm, and they're gonna change slightly how you can gain more and more of these bananas, and so more cash. Now I have first to say that the first 2 upgrades here in the top path and in the middle path can affect other paths as well. So I'm gonna just show you that first. So the first upgrade in the top 3 is gonna make the farm produce 2 extra bunches per round. So instead of 4, you get 6. With the second upgrade, you get 2 more extra banana bunches. So that means that you get a total of 8. And so you can already see that with this upgrade, you get a total of 120 cash each round. With this one, you get a total of 160. Now, before continuing on with the rest of the upgrades, I have to cover Volleyball Bananas. That is this one, the second upgrade in the middle path, because this upgrade is gonna make bananas worth 25% more cash. That means that, for example, in this case, each banana is worth 20 cash. Now, if you add on top of it 20% of it, 20% of 20 is 5. So with Volleyball Bananas, you make each banana worth 25 cash. Right? So that's what happens. And now it's important knowing how Volleyball Bananas and how the first 2 upgrades work, because they're gonna affect the crossover upgrades. So depending on which path you're upgrading, you may increase it. So with Volleyball Bananas, you make every banana worth 25% more cash, and that is gonna work for all the other upgrades. So in this case, if I'm getting increased production, greater production, then I'm getting banana plantation, all the other upgrades, all these bananas that I will be producing are gonna be worth 25 and not anymore 20. Now the real jump is with the 4th and 5th upgrade in the top 3, especially because of the fact that you're not gonna produce any more bananas with these 2 upgrades, but you're gonna be producing crates. Now, because of this upgrade says that bananas are worth 25% more cash, this means that the 25% more applies to these crates. So they're not any more bananas, but they're crates. So instead of being worth normally, like you're gonna be seeing here, instead of being worth 300 cash, so you get 5 crates of 300, you're gonna have these crates with Volleyball Bananas. They're gonna be worth 375 cash. So that's 20%, 25% of 300. And that's pretty much it. So all these boxes you can see right here, they're worth 375 now with Volleyball Bananas. And that's how Volleyball Bananas applies to the boxes. Now the same goes with the bottom path and Volleyball Bananas. In this case, for example, the marketplace or the 4th and 5th upgrade is exactly the same. I'm gonna just show you in this case the central market. So you gain here in this case all these bananas. See that you're getting 20 cash from them. If you get Volleyball Bananas, now each of them is gonna be worth 25. So that's pretty much it. Now one thing that I had to say is that with the 4th and 5th upgrade on the bottom path, the Volleyball Bananas is not gonna increase though the cash that you get at the end of the round, because the 4th upgrade is gonna generate 900 cash at the end of the round, and even if you have Volleyball Bananas, this amount will not increase by 25%. And the same goes with the 5th upgrade. At the end of the round you get 4.9k cash, and even if you have Volleyball Bananas, you're not gonna increase that amount by 25%. So normally when you're building the bottom path of the banana farm, it's just better to get 205 or 204 or 203 upgrade rather than 023 or 024 or 025, because the greater production makes because you gain more bananas, you get more cash. And that's exactly what I'm gonna cover right now. So let's just start again here. Because the fact that with increased production you can also buff the other path upgrades. So in this case, for example, if I'm having a marketplace, right? With marketplace you receive 12 bunches of bananas each round, so a total of 240 cash. And you don't have to collect them because they're auto collected by the marketplace. So that's 12 times 20. If now I get, in this case, increased production and greater production, for next round, very simply, I will be getting, instead of 12 bananas, I'm gonna be getting 16 banana bunches, because it's like 2 plus 2, so it's 4 more. And that's pretty much it. So now I'm getting 16 bunches of bananas in one round, and that means that the total cash that I'm getting is 280. And so yeah, that's how it works. So increased production and greater production work for the other cross paths as well, and that works as well for the bank. In this case, with the bank, you're gonna generate each round 60 cash. So you're gonna be generating 240 cash each round. See, 60, then 120, then 180, and then finally 240. And then at the end of each round you gain 15% interest. So that means that to the total, 15% is going to be added to the total. So it's going to be, in this case, 276. Now, if you get, in this case, a bank, and you get now increased production and greater production, now see what happens. You collect more bananas. So you're going to be collecting, in this case, up to 320 in one round. So you're going to be collecting 80 cash more. And yeah, that's just how crosspaths works. So in this case, Volleyball Bananas is going to affect the bottom and the top 3 upgrades, and the greater production is going to affect the middle path and bottom path upgrades. So that's just how it works. Now here the descriptions normally are telling everything really, because in this case the upgrade bottom path, top path, you're gonna get 16 bunches of bananas. So that's pretty, like, normal, right? Yeah, it's 16 times 20 is 200, is 320 cash each round. Fourth upgrade, as it says here, is 5 crates worth 300. Now the only problem is the fifth upgrade because it doesn't say anything. Now with the fifth upgrade, in the top path of the banana farm, you're gonna get 5 crates. Each one of them is gonna be worth 1.2k cash. So you get, in a single round, you get up to 6k cash. Of course, you can increase this amount. You can increase it even further by getting Volleyball Bananas, of course. So in this case, you're gonna be getting 5 crates, each one worth 1.5k cash. And so that's a total of 7.5k in a singular round. Now another thing that you can with the Banana Central upgrade is the fact that with this upgrade you're gonna make all the banana research facilities to produce to have their crates worth 25% more cash. So here, this is just the normal 400 banana research facility, so the fourth upgrade in the top path. You can see each crate being worth 300, and boom, that's it. Then here, if I place, in this case, a Banana Central, now you're going to be seeing that these crates, without even getting valuable bananas, these crates are going to be worth now 25% more. So look now, 375, see? So that's another thing that you gain with the Banana Central upgrade. So all the other banana research facilities are going to produce, their crates are going to be worth 25% more cash. So if on top of this 25% more, you get another 25% more, look now how, wait, I'm going to just place it here so that it's far away. So look now how much worth each crate is going to be, 468. And this is even without monkey knowledge. So yeah, this is a very nice nice thing that you can combo with Banana Central and valuable bananas. So you get a total of 56% because you have 25 here percent and 25 here, but that's applied to the total. So you have 25% applied to the 375, not anymore to the 300. So that's why it's 468 and it's not 425. No, 450. So it's more than 50% more than 300. And yeah, that's just one thing. Another thing that you gain with the Banana Central upgrade. So now the cost. First upgrade quite cheap, 500, 600. Third one a little more expensive, 3k. Fourth one definitely super expensive, 19k. And then look at the cost of the final one, 100k. So very expensive upgrades, especially the Tar 5 one. Yeah, that's the top path. So I'm gonna cover now all the paths upgrades, and then I'm gonna give you my final considerations. Now the middle path, as I said before, in this case you're gonna have valuable bananas, then you're gonna gain the bank. So I already explained to you earlier that you're gonna get 240 cash each round, and you gain 15% interest each round. Now this interest is added yet again to the total cash that you get in each round, so it grows exponentially. So the more cash you have inside the bank, the more interest you have, because it's the total amount is higher. Now without monkey knowledge, the maximum amount of cash that you can have inside the bank is 7k. With a monkey knowledge, with a specific point upgrade, you can have up to 9.5k cash instead stored, so that's a little more. And also with monkey knowledge, you can also make valuable bananas worth 30% more cash rather than just 25%, so that's even another thing that you gain with monkey knowledge. Now with the fourth and fifth upgrade, though it's worth showing it because it's quite unique. So I'm gonna get, in this case, watch, and I'm gonna get both of them so that I have already both of them built. So that's the 4th upgrade and that's the 5th upgrade. So how they work? They maintain exactly the same thing with the bank. So you're gonna still have the cash you generate each round. You're gonna gain 15% interest. Everything is exactly the same. But on top of that, you have an activated ability. Now, as it says here, with the 4th upgrade, you're gonna gain 10k cash, but then you have to pay it back over time. Now, what this means is that this. So I'm gonna use it right now, 10k, and now you can see this red number up here. So now what happens is that every balloon that I'm popping, I'm receiving half cash of it, because half of this cash is being given to repay the loan, and so I'm receiving only half of the total cash. And then also the cash at the end of the round is also halved, and all the other cash generating methods. So if I have merchantman, if I have other farms, if I have anything, every cash that I earn is halved, because half of it goes to pay the loan cost. So that's the 4th upgrade. The 5th upgrade instead is well, let me pay it though. The 5th upgrade instead is gonna be an activity ability. It's gonna have a shorter cooldown, so you're gonna be able to use it more often. And in this case, you're gonna be able to get 10k cash again, but this time with no loan. So you can get it and you don't have to repay anything back. You can just have 10k cash added to your total like that, and boom. So that's of course a better upgrade. Now the cost of these middle path upgrades is quite cheap. The first 2 of them are quite cheap again. Then bank 3.3k, so yeah, again a little expensive. 4th upgrade 7.5, so nothing crazy. It's not expensive as the 4th upgrade in the top path, so that's okay. And then 5th upgrade again 100k cash, so exactly as expensive and as the top one, and that's it. Now bottom path instead, the first upgrades are quite useless really. This is gonna just increase the range of collection of bananas, so the collect radius, and then banks are gonna glow when they're full, so super useless. Then second upgrade, bananas that are not collected, I'm gonna auto collect them for half of the amount. So now I didn't show it to you, but now if you place a farm and you don't collect the banana, so see that banana right there that I'm not collecting, and I just leave it there and I don't collect it, it's gonna turn darker, and at a certain point it's gonna disappear. So that happens when bananas are not collected in the first 15 seconds, and they rot away pretty much, so you lose the cash. So what this upgrade does is that these bananas that are not collected are going to be auto collected, but for half the amount. So instead of getting, in this case, instead of getting 20 cash by collecting it with the mouse, they're going to be auto collected. Let's see here, yeah, here we go, but only for 10 cash. So that's the upgrade pretty much, so it's pretty useless. Then third upgrade, it's gonna generate 12 bunches of bananas each round, so a total of 240, but this time you don't need to collect it because of the fact that it's gonna be auto added, as it says here. It's gonna be added to your total, so you don't have to even collect the bananas. And that's pretty much it. So you gain 240 cash with this upgrade each round, and you don't have to collect the bananas. Then with the fourth upgrade, the only thing that changes is the fact that now you earn also at the end of each round, you earn 900 cash, and you also increase by 10% the income of the merchantmen. Now the merchantmen are the upgrade the third upgrade in the bottom path of the Buccaneers. That's gonna generate the cash automatically. Actually here I don't have any water, so I can't even show it to you. But just believe me in the word. And I don't know if you could see, but at the end of that round I got the 900 cash again. So let's see now if you can see it. 900, here we go. With the fifth upgrade, so the final upgrade, the amount of cash you get in the round, so the marketplace cash, is exactly the same. So you still get only 240 cash. You keep the merchantman bonus, so the 10% more income to merchantman. But now at the end of each round, the difference is that instead of getting 900 cash as it was for the fourth upgrade, you gain 4.9k cash. So see here, so that's just a lot more. It's more than 5 times the amount of cash that you get from the fourth upgrade. The cost, quite cheap. First and second upgrade. Third upgrade 2.9, so very similar in terms of cost with the other path upgrades, around 3k. Fourth upgrade, quite expensive, 15k. So it's not as expensive as the first, as the fourth upgrade in the top path upgrade, but nonetheless it's quite expensive. And then fifth upgrade though is 60k, so that's, compared to the other two 5-star upgrades, is quite cheap. And yeah, that's it. So those are all the farm upgrades, how they work. And now personally, by looking at the different guides on like internet, and also by trying out the different upgrades, the best like cost efficiency in terms of farm, so which upgrade is gonna repay its cost the fastest, is the bank. So 230 bank is the best one so far. It's still unbeaten. Now with the recent changes to the top path, now if you can somehow get a banana central, and then you can have a bunch of like banana research facilities around, and you have as well like Volleyball Bananas, and you have monkey knowledge, now the cash that you're also getting is a lot also from the fourth upgrades. But the thing that has to be said is that they're very expensive, so until you can actually afford them, imagine like affording a banana central that is 100k cash in medium, so that means that in hard and in poppable it's gonna be even more. It's just too long in my opinion, and so it's just better to just go with the bank. So the bank is gonna repay its cost in like 7 rounds, I think it was 6 or 7 rounds the last time I saw the guide. And because you can see that 300, 800, 3.3k, and then you get 500, 600 plus the base cost of the farm. And so yeah, probably more. No, wait, a little more. I think it's 11 rounds until it pays it, 10 or 11 rounds until it pays itself. But definitely it's a lot less than, for example, the first path upgrades. And so yeah, I would just recommend you to go with banks, because it's just the best way to go currently in BTT6. The bottom path can be also quite useful. You have seen me using it, especially when I'm going with a merchantman strategy. So instead of using farms, I'm using our merchantman strategy, so I'm using a ton of them. You could see in cargo, in poppable, for example. So when you're using a merchantman based strategy to get a ton of cash, getting in this case a 204 farm is better, because you give the merchantman even more cash, and on top of that you also gain a little bit from the farm itself. So yeah, this upgrade can be useful when you're doing that, so when you're going with a merchantman strategy. Top path upgrade, again, I know I don't really recommend it, because it's just not good as the bank, but it can be though useful for when you're going with the Monkeyopolis. Now I'm gonna cover this of course in the video when I'm gonna talk about the village. but with the Mankyopolis upgrade, it's better to sacrifice fourth, so 4 in this case 400 farms than sacrificing banks, because you get more cash from the Mankyopolis upgrade. So but that I'm gonna cover in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.